So we continue, and it's a huge pleasure to have my first guest of the studio. Yeah, you are first, Fadi. So, Professor Fadi Jarad, you are the chair of scholarship, yes, education and scholarship committee, and also a professor at the Liverpool University, and you are postgraduate director at that university. So I'm not going to list all your achievements and all your positions, but actually you have a very, very exciting CV. And also you are doing a lot for the ESE in your committee. So thanks to you and thanks to your committee members, of course. And today we'll take a short look behind the scenes. I would like to ask you about your daily work, the Postgraduate Accreditation Program, and the ESE Grants, if you can cover all those. Could you briefly describe what Education and Scholarship Committee does on a daily basis, let's say? What are your key tasks?
Hey, thank you for the invitation and thank you for having me. The Education and Scholarship Committee have a wide range responsibilities. It starts by creating the standard for undergraduate and postgraduate education. It also maintained the standard for those through accreditation of postgraduate program. And also, as we aspire to evolve the standards and set new standards for dental education. At the same time, we look after educational posters, educational submissions to this conference.
Yes.
So all the submissions come to our committee, and we judge them of worthy being presented of the right quality to this conference. On top of that, we have our grant program that's been launched recently, and this grant program have educational and also innovation element at 30,000 euros,
Yeah.
which normally that would be submitted during the course of the year.
Yes. So the postgraduate accreditation program is one of your flagship initiatives, yes?
Correct.
For those less familiar, what does accreditation actually mean for the universities and for the postgraduate students?
I guess for the universities it's really important to distinguish themselves as the elite group of universities that follow the standard of the European Endodontic Society of endodontic care to patients in endodontic education and how they run their curriculum to achieve a specialist endodontic at the end of the day. Uh, and by doing so, they are doing the same service for their postgraduates, because as a postgraduate, I wanted to go to a program that I know that the quality is there, but also the quality is maintained. And we do that through a reaccreditation. So it's not a standalone process. It's continually evolving, and we continually checking on those institutions to achieve the highest level of educational standard.
So, what progress has been made so far, and how do you see the program expanding in the next few years?
Are we talking about accreditation in general? Okay.
Accreditation, yes.
So in the last few years, we accredited about 7 universities, and we came to the cycle now where we need to reaccredit them. So we started this year with our first reaccreditation. So this is an ESE first. So the first reaccreditation happened in the Eastman this year, and they achieved the reaccreditation. What we're doing is I have a program. Barcelona will be next May, and then after that, ACTA will be in November. Alongside that, we are having interest from universities within Europe that they are setting their or writing their documentation for reaccreditation. And beyond Europe, we have some exciting news about further out in Asia and in Australia that are interested in ESE accreditation. So watch the space, and well, we have lots of meetings in the ESE over the next 3 days. So anybody who wants to have a chat about those sort of areas, I'm available.
Perfect. So let's turn now on the ESE grants.
Yes.
This is a unique opportunity for the researchers, I guess. Could you give us a clear overview of the grant categories available?
Yes, so the grant program, in the past, I think I need to go a step back. So
Yes.
before that, we used to have an early career grant, and we had also the normal educational grant. And we did not have enough quality applications that come
Yeah.
and cover those. So we put together a proposal with my colleague Matthias in the research committee, and we came up with a program that has four categories: basic research, clinical research, education, and innovation. So we have those four categories, and
Yes.
you can you can
Submit.
submit to any of those four at 30,000 euros grant value.
Probably that's
The
quite
deadline
significant.
has passed for this year, so
Yes.
it's the 31st of August.
Yes.
So
But new grants.
it will
Yeah.
be good for any applicants to look at the website and see the criteria
Yeah.
to apply for those grants for next year.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask you about the main requirements for applicants.
It's with any grant application, you need to have an idea. That idea will you just, once you explore that idea, you make sure that you look at the existing knowledge and find out how that idea will add to the existing knowledge that we know already about endodontics. You need to have a methodology that is robust and setting and following national and international standard. And IEJ is fantastic for giving you the right methodology that you need for any study. Once you have that, if it's a clinical trial or any clinical application, then you need to think about ethical approval and put that in your proposal. You do need to think about achievables, and what you want is what can you achieve within certain time. So timeline and achievables for those studies. And we always welcome collaborative work. So if you're looking at working with colleagues across Europe, that always be helpful. And on top of that, you want to have a financially robust application where you have looked at all the costing.
Yeah.
But if you are able to have a matched funding, that will also be looked at favorably, because then you can have a more robust study in terms of funding.
So I think that it can benefit the early career researchers a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially if they want to pump prime their career with a smaller study to showcase their abilities, and once they do that, they can really go into applying for more nationally or international grants that will
Mhm.
basically pivot their career to the next level.
Yeah. So besides the grants, there are also prizes and smaller awards. Could
Yes.
you give a short example and overview of those?
Yes, so we do have annually, or in the biannual congress, we do have the oral presentation, the education prize, that normally people have to submit a manuscript alongside an abstract to in education and in innovation, and we can look at those. We have a session tomorrow morning, so everybody's welcome to come to the educational session to listen to those prizes. And once they present, will be judged, and the winner will be taking a small sum of money, but also a certificate that they won the prize. And we will be also introducing the John Whitworth Prize, and that is hopefully will be the first for the ESC, and we'll be welcoming John, who is pretty much the founder of the educational committee, to present that prize when we give it, and it's a poster prize for the best presentation in that category.
So actually, you are supporting a lot of initiatives like research and innovation and so on.
Thank you.
So I think, Fadi, the information is available online on
Of
our
course, yes.
website. And as you already said, the deadline unfortunately is expired. That was
It,
31st of August. But nevertheless, this is not the last year.
no,
So all researchers are really invited to use these opportunities and to provide you applications.
yes, of course. I think they have the now a whole year to prepare, and we have the time to advise them how to apply appropriately.
Thank you very much, Fadi.
Uh,
It was very nice to have you here.
uh,
Good luck for all the Congress and see you around.
thank you for having me.
Thank you.